Good evening and welcome to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2021 for Kenwood High School. I would first like to take a moment and thank our partners at Austin Peay State University for allowing us to host here tonight, and to their broadcasting team for their work live streaming so that individuals unable to be here will be able to see the graduates walk across the stage. Also, thank you to the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department school resource officers for being here to provide safety tonight. At this time, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you. You may be seated. Please welcome to the podium Senior Class President Shamira Teasley.
Good afternoon. I would like to welcome our platform guests. Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Dean Imperatrice, CMCSS Chief of Staff, Dr. Angela Huff, Director of High Schools, Dr. Roz Evans, our school board members, Mr. Herbert Nelson, Mr. Jimmy Garland, Mrs. Margaret Pace, Assistant Principals, Mr. Gary Chadwell, Dr. Shauna McLaurin, and Dr. LaHoya Van Hook. Caller of names, Miss Alicia Archuleta. Now we will hear our school's alma mater, recorded by Shasha McLaurin, class of 2014.
All hail and honor to Kenwood High, and peace hallowed halls where our loyalties lie. We are the knights, standing tall, strong and bold forever, true to the black and the gold.
Good afternoon, and thank you to the class of 2021 for allowing me to be your class president. It is an honor to speak before you today. I would also like to thank God, my parents, family, and friends. We did it. We're in the final moments of our high school career. For our whole lives, we looked forward to growing up, and now it's finally here. I know it may be hard to overlook that we're missing half of our peers today, but don't let that take away from this very special moment. Over the past 4 years at Kenwood, we have all matured and grown both individually and together. Our diverse student body and our willingness for hard work, or our willingness to use our resources, is what got us through this school year. And we can't forget our special teachers that allowed us to think outside the box. Just to name a few, Ms. Jarrett gave us multiple chances to improve ourselves. Mr. Wolf showed us that it was okay to push through adversity. Mr. Everett and Ms. McConaughey actually made learning calculus fun. And whether you were virtual or traditional, you are where you are today because of you. I want everyone to understand that although friends and family may have helped you, you are ultimately the reason for your success. We knew freshman year that this wasn't anything like High School Musical. We have all struggled at one point or another, including me. We have all fought through something, whether it be mental health, sports injuries, or coping with losing a loved one. But I believe that struggles build stronger people. In other words, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Everything that this country has faced in the past year provides a clean slate of opportunity for our generation. And if I could use one word to describe this year, it would be historic. This year has been historic and rough for anyone, and rightfully so. From a global pandemic and seeing people die in the streets with the hands who are supposed to protect them, just finally being able to say, Madam Vice President. We need to continue to make history and bear the torch in the right direction. And I know that we can come together and grow as a generation because we have proven multiple times that we will fight for what we believe and that we will spread awareness and we can get into those positions of power in order to make change. I would like to thank our fellow class officers and our senior sponsor, the girls and one guy that made these last moments special. Victoria De La Cruz, Aaliyah Barnett, Shashane Jobson, Nikisha Dix, Ariana McHugh, Michael Hernandez, Zakira Smith, Aaliyah Taylor, and Miss Jill Smith. This is the part where I would say it's been real, but I'm hoping to see y'all back here in 10 years to plan our reunion. Throughout these last 4 years of Kenwood, I've also had the opportunity to work with class advisors, Ms. Smith, Ms. Hollis, and Coach Courtney. I would like to thank these ladies for their dedication to the school and tolerating our senior class this year. Senior year was full of so many new discoveries, adventures, friends, and memories. And while caught up in the moment, we never understood that we were a part of many lasts. We're the last football game, the last basketball game, the last school dance, the last laugh around the lunch table, the last time we would walk the halls as a student at Kenwood High. But nothing lasts forever, and we are taught to reach for the stars and not to let anyone ruin our dreams. Well, now it's time to do just that. Be kind, show respect to others, and be an inspiration. And in my closing, find purpose and meaning in one part of your life, and it will grow into every other aspect of your life. Whatever you end up doing in the future, make sure it's something you can be proud of. I want to leave you with a quote from one of my role models. Even when it's not pretty or perfect, and even when it's more real than you want it to be, your story is what you have, and is what you will always have. It is something to own. Former First Lady Michelle Obama. Good luck, and congratulations to the class of 2021. Next, I would like to welcome Salutatorian Noah Taylor to the podium.
Good evening, friends, family, classmates, teachers, and administration. It is my honor to welcome you to the Class of 2021 graduation ceremony. On behalf of my classmates, thank you all for celebrating this momentous occasion alongside us. If it wasn't for your selflessness and sacrifice, we wouldn't be where we were today. Growing up and attending elementary school, I was a peculiar child. I wasn't necessarily a troublemaker, but I found myself to be quite the handful to my parents in an alternative sense. I wasn't necessarily talkative in class, I wasn't really rambunctious, and I had no problem completing whatever assignments they gave to a kindergartner. That being said, I was born a perfectionist. Amidst my obsession with perfection as a child, I possessed no control over my emotions had something not gone my way. In the Taylor household, it was a weekly expectation for one of my parents to find me curled up in a corner, crying over some long division problem. Like I said, it was quite a handful to deal with. In hindsight, I can only imagine how emotionally exhausting it must have been to constantly deal with an inconsolable child. They always did, however, and for that I'm truly thankful for their seeming endless reserves of patience. I eventually grew out of it like we all did our childhood quirks, but that is not the point of my reflection today. I'm not here to brag about myself or how blessed I am to have such parents. I'm here to speak on sacrifice. Somewhere along our journey, we've all had someone sacrifice for our success. I'm certain that my father's first desire following getting off of work was not to go out to get supplies for that science project, but he did though without a single complaint. He was willing to sacrifice his time and effort to ensure my success in the long run. We've all shared a similar experience, whether it was your mom working overtime to afford the clothes you wore to school, or if it was your coach picking you up after a difficult loss. No matter how big or small, the effort others have contributed should not be forgotten. For all the students in the class of 2021, our teachers have willingly sacrificed their safety amidst this pandemic to ensure an education to us. Whether we see it or not, every step we take forward is paid by the selflessness of another. Students, let's not forget what we have sacrificed for each other. We've all given each other a helping hand in a time of need. For that, we should be both proud and thankful for one another. It may have been helping your friend through that rough year of geometry, or even staying up past midnight counseling about their bad breakup sophomore year. Whatever it was, our sacrifices for each other is what made our high school experience memorable, and is what formed the bond of the Kenwood Knights. So while we are celebrating our achievements and relishing in our success today, let's all take time to reflect upon what others have done for us. Surely somewhere along the way, there was an individual who's willing to give a part of themselves to push you past your limits. Whoever that person is you have in mind, let's do it. Let's do our best to make them proud. Thank you. I'd like to welcome Valedictorian Brianna Mays to the stage.
After the 6th email asking where my speech was at the last minute, I don't really know. Out of all the assignments I've been given out of my grade school years, this had to be probably the most important and the most stressful. But don't think for a second that just because it's important, I actually got it done on time. It was due in January, and it was issued in January, and I got it done 5 days ago. Once a procrastinator, always a procrastinator. Good evening, everyone. I want to thank everyone for coming out, between graduates, family members, teachers, faculty, and staff, and everyone helping with the ceremony. It helps to fill the void that we're missing half of our graduating class today. I want to thank the graduates and the teachers for giving me a home away from home, and my family for giving me the strength to keep going in my hard times. I want to start by explaining that this wasn't the speech that I originally that we're actually here, and regardless of what we had to go through, we made it. I want to cry and tell you guys of all the challenges and setbacks that we had to go through, but just let you know that we can walk out of here, change our lives for the better, and not have to go through that again. It's hard to remember all the opportunities that will open up for us when we leave here today. We've gotten so adapted to so much canceled, changed, and altered in the last couple of years that it's difficult to remember that we'll start our clean slates, our careers, and the rest of our lives when we leave here today. I'm so proud of each and every single one of you from the bottom of my heart, not just for graduating and sitting in these seats today, but for the resilient, absolutely beautiful characters that you've crafted over the last couple of years. It's absolutely mind-blowing how talented you are. If you're the top of your class, if you work on cars, if you do tattoos and you're artistically driven, or you're an athlete, you're talented. We've lost so many teachers over the year, but I want to celebrate a couple that stayed with us, like Miss McLaurin, that's been with us since day one for us middle school babies. All in all, you are all so talented, and I want you to walk out of here proud of yourself. You don't have to be top of your class, you don't have to be in 20 prestigious schools or rich to walk out of here and follow your dreams. Most of you will be turning 18 soon and graduating, but just because you're graduating don't mean you're grown. Y'all are still always going to be my babies. We've lost so much control over our lives in the last couple of years, but we've made it this far, so just imagine how much control we'll have over our lives when we finally get out into the real world. Please walk out of here and be the engineers, be the car mechanics, be the cosmetologists, the social workers, the teachers, the politicians, the doctors, the scientists, the farmers, whatever and whoever you want to be. I wish all of you the best of luck, and if you didn't listen to a single thing I just said, listen to this. You matter, you're enough, and you're put on this planet for a reason, so make it worthwhile. Virtual students, you can leave the Zoom meeting at traditionals. Psych, the bell don't dismiss you, I do.
Class of 2021, we're approaching that time where you're going to get to walk across the stage and you're going to get to move on to the next level of your life. The receiving of the high school diploma is a once-in-a-lifetime event. You all worked very hard to get to this point, and you've gone through a lot the last year and a half. From contact tracing to remote learning, it's been a tough year. Yet, you have persevered and did not give up. Your determination has allowed many of you to receive many accolades over this year. You have earned hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarship money. One of you will be attending the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, another attending the Citadel. We have one senior participating in stake trap meet and will not be able to be with us here tonight at the ceremony. 20 of you have already earned industry certifications in HVAC, advanced manufacturing, safety, mechatronics, and one of you has earned their EKG a technician certification, which is a first for Kenwood High School. As a total for your graduating class, you have already earned 358 hours in college credit while you were in high school. This moment that we're about to share gives you the opportunity to choose from many different directions that you want to go to in life. Before, we told you what you were going to do every step of the way, and now this diploma gives you many different avenues to follow. British writer Graham Greene once said, "There is always one moment when the door opens and lets the future in." I believe that the moment we're about to share is just that. Some of you will go straight into the workforce. Others will go to a technical school, college, university to receive a certificate or degree, and others will go into the military. No matter what you do, take what you've learned and apply it in your life. Please remember always to practice the Kenwood way, which is to be kind, honest, and safe. Dr. Huff, it is with great pleasure that I introduce the graduating class of 2021 for Kenwood High School. They have completed all the requirements to earn their diplomas.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Millard House, Director of Schools, I commend this class on your hard work, dedication, perseverance, and resiliency demonstrated by your accomplishment today through an unprecedented academic year. On behalf of the Board of Education and Mr. Millard House, Director of Schools, I hereby accept and confer that the 2021 graduating seniors of Kenwood High School have met the high school graduation requirements of the state of Tennessee and Clarksville-Montgomery County School System, and are thus entitled to all rights and privileges for completing these requirements. Congratulations, graduates. Mr. Parker, you now may begin the presentation of diplomas.
Brianna Nicole Mays, valedictorian. Noah Jaden Taylor, salutatorian. Nicholas Alexander Moore. Joel Alejandro Santiago Beretti. Nikisha Sierra Dix. Marilyn Eden DeMerchant. Chimera Simone Teasley. Carter James Mader. Ian Art DeFreitas. Leland Joel Dalton Brown. Nadia Cheyenne Julian Acuff. Azarian Martaz Adams. Joshua James Adamson. Emmanuel Enrique Agostini. Princess Della Akapo Maulolo. Ali Muthana Ali. Anaya Diana Alvarado. Joan Burley Antoine. Joseph Benjamin Ayala. Araceli Verali Ayala Amaya. Gary Allen Ban. Aaliyah Brianna Barnett. Ayana Noreen Barnett. Hannah Marie Barton. Devin Terrell Bainham. Lashonda Danetta Beasley. Jaden Nemesio Beltran. Brayton William Biggs. Emmanuel Devon Bracy. Joseph Lane Branham. Javon Tyrese Brawley. Victoria Paige Brooks. Narik Mikhail Brown. Hannah Naya Brundage. Tadrea Michelle Buckley. Jonathan Evan Castorf. Ashley Paige Klein. Alexander Nartana Coates. Caden Xavier Coates. Tristan Hunter Kaufman. Hunter Ryan Compton. Maria Cristina Casano Concepcion. Brianna Monier Connor. Javion Zavondre Cooksey. Ethan Aaron Cox. Michaela Elaine Crisp Lowe. Jillian Ashlyn Crook. Kayla Renee Cross. Denijah Lene Crouch. Renee Humberto Cruz Tejada. Dayton Edward Daly. Michael Christian Dangerfield. Brighton Paul Daniel. Ajalon Joseph Davis. Hannah Naja Davis. Shelby Lee Davis. Victoria Jade de la Cruz. Shaylin Faith DeHart. Tiara Grace DeVault. Kane Xavier DeVito. Jose Manuel Diaz. Brandon Dwight Dickinson. Kendall Mandrell Dowland. Kiana Marie Duncan. Amaya Alize Dunn. Kimberly Danielle Eastman. Giovanni Embler Rosado. Manuel Alberto Espinosa. Reagan Renee Evans. Trinity Amaya Evans. Percy Lee Fairley. Christopher Isaiah Ferrier. Diana Marie Feliciano Lager. Caitlin Michelle Fendley. Deja Blue Ferguson. Elijah Quayshawn Fletcher. Maya Nicole Flores. Fabian Andres Flores de Jesus. Amelia Nicole Fotis. Caden Jarzell Fowler. Zulma Olympia Garcia. Jordan K. Gebert. Tayshawn Malik Gibson. Jenna Nicole Gill. Malia Deasia Graham. Christopher Michael Grant. Landon Gentry. Christopher Michael Grant. Demaya Monet Gray. Janaya Nevea Gray. Matthew Elisha Greenhill Schuster. Sarah Christine Hafner. Tanaya Vanessa Harley. Jeremiah Devin Harris. Tyrell Lamont Harris. Sydney Chauncey LeVar Harrison. Michael Hernandez Reteria. Ajaya Kiera Hester. Audrey Elise Henley. Sierra Staley Hodge. Isaiah Matthew Holmes. Kiana Danielle Howard. Quincy DeMar Howard. Travion Kyrie Howard. Bradley James Huff. Madison Lynn Love Hyde. Jakeem Vartiz Jackson. Lamia Renee Jackson. Tamaya LaSherrill Jackson. James Paul Jantz. Mandriana Ray Gerald. Rayana Kaylin Jimenez. Sashane Shadika Kristen Jobson. Isaiah Terrell Johnson. Justin Allen Johnson. Macario LeConte Johnson. DeQuarius LaQuante Jones. Rihanna Imani Jones. Tanila LaShawn Jones. Vanessa Catherine Kelly. Joey Marie Kennedy. Tristan Joseph George Kennel. Aaliyah Michelle Kenner. Amari LeBryant Kimball. Aiden Crawford King. Cheyenne Summer Korenick.
Congratulations, you are now graduates.
Class of 2021, now that we are officially graduates, we can turn our tassels. Please turn your tassel. Congratulations to the graduating class of Kenwood 2021.
Graduates, please rise and you will recess.